Now I'll just send a new link to the kids.
I'm not on video, right?
No.
Okay. I was like, that's not how this works.
It shows that there's people waiting. So will it be a different link or is this?
Okay, we are live. Good morning. I'm sorry, y'all.
Just like that. Let's add some piano. Whoa. Yeah. I can only be the best I can be. Sometimes I'll fall short, and times might not think. But at the end of the day, I can only be the best I can be. If we were all perfect, then there's no growth to see. Cause we're all human and we only can be the best we can be. Come on, best I can be. Best I can be. No matter your flaws, you can only be the best you can be. If we can help another, they'll be perfect to me. But in the end of the day, I can only be the best I can be. Yeah. Sometimes I sit back and I wonder, how do I just get better? I know we can, I'll improve it more and more. I will help you. I never plan to sit around because the action's forever. And I'm getting to the point I wanna change for the better. Sometimes I sit back and I wonder, how do I just get better? I know we can, I'll improve it more and more. I will help you. I never plan to sit around because the action's forever. And I'm getting to the point I wanna change for the better. Oh, the best I can be. Best I can be. No matter your flaw, you can always be the best you can be. If we can help each other, that'll be perfect to me. But at the end of the day, we can only be the best we can be. Say oh, say oh, say oh. Best we can be. Say best we can be.
Good morning, Jacob Jaguars. Happy Monday. I'm so glad you are here today. I can't wait to see all your beautiful faces. Here we go. So remember, stay positive, be positive, and always do your best.
All right, good morning, Jacob family. So glad to have so many of y'all here with us this morning. I do want to take just a few moments to introduce a couple people that we are going to have here with us today. So the first person I'd like to introduce is Miss Harding. Many of you have heard from her, have talked to her. Sorry, my little boy is jumping in here with us a little bit this morning. Miss Harding would like to introduce herself to you all, and then I will introduce our guest speaker for today. Miss Harding, I can't hear you. I'm not sure.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Now
yes. Sorry, the headphones weren't working. Hello, Jacob Jaguars. I am Mrs. Harding. I am your new PBIS coach, which means Positive Behavior Intervention Systems. And that is just a fancy way of saying I am your new biggest cheerleader at Jacob. I am here to help you. So you may hear me through emails or phone calls right now during NTI that are about attendance, because we want you here every day. We miss you. We want you to learn. It may be about behavior and how I can help you. So parents, that's what I'm here for. I'm not only here for our Jaguars, I'm here for our Jaguar parents. So know that even during NTI, if you get those emails, I'm here. You see my phone number. I love to help students. That's why I'm here. So we're going to have a great week this week, and I'm so glad to be part of the Jacob family.
Ms. Abdul, if you'd like to read our quote of the week before we introduce our speaker.
Absolutely. Good morning, everybody. I am so excited that you have joined us for our second Motivational Monday morning meeting. This week, our quote is from Booker T. Washington, and he said, "Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as the obstacles which he has overcome." I'm going to read that to you one more time. Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome. And again, our quote this week goes along perfectly with our theme of growth mindset for the month of January. For those of you who have already had your counseling core instruction lesson this month, you know that we have talked about how we will all encounter things that are hard and difficult for us, obstacles, like Booker T. Washington called them. However, what is important is how we overcome them, and we face those challenges, and we don't give up, and we keep trying. So this quote, again, just reinforces everything that we've been talking about having a growth mindset, about not giving up when things get difficult for us, about keep trying when things are hard, and remembering that you just might not be able to do it quite yet. So I'm going to read it one more time for you so that you can really think about it through this next week. Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome. Booker T. Washington. Have a great week, Jaguars.
Okay, I almost forgot for us to say our pledge. Mr. Denby, I was hoping we could put the words up on the screen so everybody can see those and follow along with us. So let's begin with our Pledge of Allegiance. Last week we had Miss Desiree and her students with us to say the pledge. This morning it was going to be my daughter here with us, but she's on a very important meeting in the other room. So I will lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance today. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for our new Jacob Pledge. As a Jacob student, I will ignite my passion for learning by working hard in class. I will invest in relationships by treating others with respect. I will be inspired to do my personal best by listening to my peers and the adults around me. I will always stop, think, and breathe and make the right choice everywhere I go. This will help me be my best, brave, engaged, safe, and always on target. All right, at this time, I would like to introduce a special guest we have here with us this morning. Her name is Dr. Nicole Fields. She is the counselor at Iroquois High School for all of the freshmen, the ninth graders. So if you have brothers, sisters, or cousins that go to Iroquois, they may know Dr. Fields. Dr. Fields and I worked together several years ago and were able to become good friends. So she is here to talk with you a little bit today about that growth mindset that Ms. Abdal introduced to us this morning. Dr. Fields, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me this morning. Good morning, everybody. So it is Monday, and I love that you have a motivational Monday because I love a good quote. And I'm going to talk to you about my favorite quote and what got me through some obstacles in my life to get to here I am today. I stand as Dr. Fields, freshly minted as of November. So your quote was right on time. I received a text about it, and I was like, my theme is going to be success starts with you, because there's a you in the word success. Oftentimes, you hear people, you have to have everyone to motivate you. Sometimes you have to motivate yourself because you're going to go through a lot of obstacles to get to that end goal, whatever that end goal may be. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. So I am married. I have 3 kids, and we call ourselves Team Fields. And our family motto is failure is not an option. And wherever we go, we use that hashtag Team Fields, and we let everyone know that failure is not an option. Because I want my kids to know that you're going to go through obstacles, but we're just not going to fail. We're just going to keep pushing and get through them. So when I was younger in elementary, I struggled a little bit academically, but a lot with speech. You probably can't tell that now, but I did. I had an IEP for speech, and I used to talk really, really fast. Now, when I get excited, sometimes I still kind of talk a little bit fast, but not like I used to. I used to get really tongue-tied when I would speak, and I would not always speak correctly. And my teachers will a lot of times correct me, and sometimes it would be very embarrassing in front of my peers. And that was a huge obstacle that I had to get over and learn to teach myself, along with my teachers, to slow down and think about what I wanted to say before I opened my mouth. And the funny thing about it now, when I look back on it, I used to look at stuff differently and read words backwards, and and I was like, what is up with that? And it wasn't until my son, he is a mini version of me in school. So he's struggling with some of the things that he's speaking and mixing the words up. And I'm like, oh my God, that was me. But as you know, doctors change, we find out different things. And my son has dyslexia. So what I found out later in life, I had the same thing. But I didn't let that stop me. I always wanted to be better. I am a product of Louisville's West End. And if you've seen anything about the West End, there's a lot of crime and a lot of shootings happening. But my parents kept pushing my sisters and I to really work hard in school. So I got up every day. I busted my butt. And even though I struggled with speaking and I struggled sometimes with reading, I got up and I worked really hard. And I asked questions, and I asked questions, and I asked a bunch of questions. You can ask Miss Wagner, because sometimes I probably was getting on her nerves when we worked together asking questions. But asking questions does not make you dumb. It's actually really a smart thing to do. So I asked questions just for clarification, because sometimes I didn't get it the first time. And sometimes I didn't get it the second time. Sometimes it took me 3 times to get something. But I got it. And I think ultimately that's the most important thing. So I get through my elementary career, my middle school career, and I hit high school. In high school, I did pretty good in high school. I went to the University of Kentucky my freshman year. And it wasn't until I got to college that all those fears that I had about speaking and reading and writing came back up again. And I started just bombing my classes, like failing the classes. I was like, what is going on? But when you go to college, there's a different way to study. And so I had to learn how to restudy because what I was doing wasn't working. So what did I do? I asked the question, how can I be a better student? I went to my advisors. I talked to my teachers. I took a class called Success that they had at UK. I was like, what's a success class? And they went in and they taught you how to study. So I learned that I'm a visual learner. And people that know me know that I color code everything. My kids, their NTI work is color coded. Everybody's sitting in a color coded seat. My desk is color coded. I function better by colors. And I learned that about myself. So I use that in my job today because it's not a weakness, it's a strength. It helps me stay very organized. So I tell you this because all the obstacles that I went through, I was able to survive them. So when I was getting those bad grades, it wasn't because I was stupid. It was just, I didn't quite understand how to study. So I came back home and just really was trying to figure out what to do. And I started working at UPS. And let me preface this by saying I did not throw packages. I did not work outside. If you know anything about me, I don't like to get wet. I don't like to mess my hair up. I don't like to break my nails. So bougie, and I'm okay with that. I have embraced that at 40 years. But I worked with the security side of it, and they paid for me to go to JCC. So I went to JCC, Jefferson County Community College, for 2 years and graduated with an associate's degree for myself to prove to myself that I wasn't dumb, that I could do college, that I was smart. I got past that obstacle of what was wrong with me. Nothing was wrong. I just had to learn differently. So once I graduated from JCC, Jefferson Community College, I went to U of L. I got my bachelor's degree. I was so excited. And then I thought I got to move along into UPS, and I became one of the first African-American females to become a US trainer. And that meant that I got to fly around and go to different places and teach adults about UPS products. How cool is that? They paid me to ride on a plane to go talk about UPS. Love my job. I was in New York every December. So I got to go ice skating and see all the lights and the trees and the busyness of the city. And I was in Miami on beaches. So I love my job. And who would have thought the little girl who grew up in the West End was now the first African-American woman in a major company to become a US trainer out of Louisville. And then from there, my supervisor said, you should get a master's degree. I was like, a master's degree? So I went to Webster University, and that is this one right here. I got my master's from Webster University in Human Resources Training Development. And that one there is U of L. And then I went back to school again. I was like, I'm gonna be a counselor. So I have 2 master's degrees, and that's it right there. That's spouting. Then I had this wild idea that I always wanted to be a doctor. And I said that when I was a little girl, but I didn't know which kind of doctor I wanted to be. But the more I dug deep and learned that I love education, that I wanted little people that look like me, that struggled in school, to see that you can be successful, regardless if you have an IEP, regardless if you live in the West End, regardless of whatever barrier you face. You may have parents that are locked up. You may be homeless. It doesn't matter. If you want to be successful, it starts within you. You have to have that will, that push, and that drive. And there are going to be people that want to help you, and there are going to be haters there as well. But you have to learn that it's okay. You have to sometimes close your ears to that noise and stay focused. So then I went to U of L, and now, ta-da, I'm Dr. Fields. And I met my goal. And now that I'm able, I go around, I talk to different students, and different opportunities are opening because I kept pushing, and I didn't let not be able to speak correctly or read things correctly. Because I mean, 2 days ago, I was driving to one of my friends' houses to drop off something, and I had the numbers backwards. And I was like, okay, Nicole, you have to pay attention. And here, I mean, it comes up, and it's okay. It is okay. I'm not going to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. But one of my favorite quotes, and I'm going to show you this because I'm a visual person. Like I told you, I have to see it, and everything's in color. So Dr. Martin Luther King, his birthday's coming up, matter of fact. And one of the things that I did for myself when I started my doc journey was finding a quote that will work for me. So I printed it and laminated it on my printer. Now, my printer at home is not color because I'm on a budget. So it's just black and white. But regardless, so I printed out a quote and I put Dr. Fields because I was determined that I was going to be Dr. Fields in 3 years. I was not going to be one of the people it takes them 5 or 6 years. I was determined, and I worked really, really hard. So there's a lot of weekends that I get to spend time with my husband and my kids, but now I can do that. So I put Dr. Fields at the bottom of my quote, and I put coming soon, because when I started in 2017, I kept saying, they said you can graduate in 2020, but it may take you longer. Nobody really finishes in 3 years. Well, I did. So my quote for Dr. Martin Luther King says, and this was actually posted up behind my desk. It says, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. By all means, keep moving. And so sometimes when I would come down here and I have to work on my JCPS work, and it's hard being a high school counselor, and then I had to work on my U of L work, I just had to keep telling myself, keep moving, don't stop. There are times I had to like crawl down these steps to come down here and work. There are some days I ran down here because I was excited because I had a good idea. But you don't stop moving, even when things are hard. And I'm going to be honest, NTI sucks. This is not fun. The adults don't like it. The kids don't like it. My kids don't like it. But we will get through this together, as our governor says. We get through this together, as Virginia has shown us. But we will be all right. But you still have to get up every day, do your work, do your job, and you will be successful, because this starts with you. I can motivate you. Your teachers can love on you, but until you want to do it for you, it's not going to happen. So boys and girls today, if you hear nothing else that I say, when you see that word success, remember there's a you in success, and it starts within you. That's all I have for you. I hope you have enjoyed this talk this morning. And thank you, Ms. Wagner, for inviting me to come speak to your students.
Thank you so much. You got me going this morning. I'm ready for a good week. I love this motivational Monday morning. All right, Dr. Fields, thank you again. Boys and girls, remember, if you have any siblings or cousins or friends of your family that you know that may go to Iroquois, ask them about Dr. Fields. She's the real deal. I love her to death, and you've made me miss you. We're going to have to start keeping in touch again, because we've kind of lost touch with one another through the whole quarantine and NTI. Mr. Denby, thank you so much for putting this together for us again today. Miss Abdul, would you end us with rereading our quote one more time?
Ma'am, sorry, I had to get it pulled back up. Okay, one more time, here we go. So from Booker T. Washington, success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome.
I love it. Boys and girls, remember, this is the last week of the semester. Get your things turned in, get your work turned in, work hard for your teachers, work hard for yourself. Everybody have a great day, have a great week, and we'll see you again next Monday. Bye, everybody.